Good morning. A few minutes early. Just going to wait for people to join. Who got on? We've got Colin Hickey. Hi, Colin. Hey, Gary. Tabletronics. What a crazy name. Wave. Good evening, maybe, to you all. Good morning. It's morning here. 8:30 in the morning. Hey, Dave. Revved up. Revved up and ready to go. Awesome. Just it's going to be a fun challenge this morning. Trying to do all this on camera, but anyway. Crazy Roops. Hey, Crazy Roops. DC Allen. Hello. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Just going to wait another couple of minutes before we get started. Hey, Antonin. Oh, just smacked my knuckles on the desk. It's cold this morning, so I got that, you know, when your hands are cold and you whack them. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to get going in just under a minute. So I'm currently at my... Hey, Leonid. Morning. Hello, hello. I'm currently at my electronics workbench, and it's I've got my camera as wide as I can get it. Just spent the afternoon working with the Wemos D1 Mini myself. Yes, they're pretty cool. They're very cool. Yeah, I'm zoomed out as far as I can get, which is going to potentially make things a bit distorted, and hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm working on. Knuckles are done, no soldering. Yes, there's going to be some soldering. I need to solder all of these boards together. I've got my trusty Adafruit box of wire. So I need to solder all these boards together. Obviously solder them to the Wemos and put this together. I've spent quite a few agonizing days designing this display. The display you would have seen on one of my videos or streams, I can't remember which one now, that had this pre-assembled was actually just a front plate and a middle plate like this one here, but it was an old middle plate. It didn't have the ability to have any of the wires pass through or anything. So I've been refining this design and finding mistakes, excuse me, finding mistakes along the way. Knuckles are done. Black Lexan X6. What's Lexan? I could do a subscriber counter with it. Yes, I could. If that's to me, then that's what this is. So I've been recutting and redesigning along the way, and I haven't actually assembled this version of it yet, and I'm really hoping it's going to work. Hi, Peter. Sorry about the cable that's hanging over the top. There's really nothing I can do about it. The stream on my phone is ahead of the PC. Okay. Maybe your phone is faster than your PC. I don't know. So there's quite a few pieces to this, and some of them are quite complex. You see this one here. Oh, my camera's trying to focus into that. So this display has been specifically designed to house the D1 Mini at the back. Lexan plexiglass. Okay, this is acrylic. It's not actually plexiglass. I know a lot of people think they're the same. Plexiglass is different to acrylic. Very hard to laser cut plexiglass without a super powerful laser. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Those are looking excellent. Yes, they are. Thank you. So I went through a lot of designs with this, and I've come up with something that I think is pretty cool. So anyway, I want to put it together. I'm going to start. The first thing I need to do is actually solder these Neo7 segments together. Just going to move that way. And the easiest way to do that, because I want to keep the wires short between them, is I'm going to actually mount it onto the back plate first. And once that's on there, then I'll get my spacing correctly. And I'm hoping that soldering directly on these, on the back plate, isn't going to damage, it shouldn't damage the acrylic at all. And if it does, if the heat comes through, transfers through from the pads onto the back here, you're not really going to see it. I hope. So let's get these together. By the way, this is kind of what the, if I do a kit, I think I'm going to do a kit. It might be a 4 display kit, or it might be a 5, or I might actually offer both. I definitely think I'm going to put a kit on Tindy. Okay, this is going to be super hard to do on camera. Come on, get in the hole. Why is that? There we go. I'm going to try to do this as much in camera as possible. If I wander off camera, I apologize. What's lucite? I don't know what lucite is. These are weird names. Maybe for acrylic or something. So as you can see, there's lots of parts to this. It ended up being quite a lot more complex than I thought it was going to be to design. I'm finding product design to be quite enjoyable, as in not the electronic side, but the non-electronic side. So yeah, so okay, I'll explain what I'm doing on Tindy. So I've already set up my Tindy store. I'm just waiting. I need to put some images on there. Hey Brian, welcome. Good evening. I've already set up my Tindy store. I'm going to be selling kits of the Neo7Segment displays for those that are brave enough to want to SMD them together. And I'm going to be selling completed boards, assembled boards, for those that would like the boards but don't want to have the task of putting them together, which is fair enough. I don't even think I want the task of putting them together. And then I'm going to be selling a kit that has X number of, let's say it's a 4-digit kit, so it'll come with 4 digits assembled, but then all the rest of the pieces, all the acrylic, all the screws, and everything else in kit form to put it together. So you'll be able to build your own display. And I'm thinking of doing a 4-segment one, just because it can be used as a counter, but it can also be used as a clock. Hey Michael, morning. Dave, I wonder if it would make more sense to have only a single digit option and let people buy. Right, that's what I'm going to do. So people will be able to buy a single digit. I've actually got some price breaks. So it'll be 1 to 4 or 4 and above will be a slightly cheaper price break. There's not a lot of margin in them, I can tell you that. But so people can actually buy their own and buy as many as they want to and build their own case for it, case or display or anything else. But for those that actually want to have a nicely finished acrylic, then, you know, especially for people who don't have a laser cutter or don't have a 3D printer where they can actually print something as big as this, because my 3D printer won't print this wide. I've got a Mark III. I won't say it's on the way, because it's not on the way. It's not even shipping till April. I'm in the queue. Prusa Mark III, but when I get that, I might be able to print this wide. I don't know. But there's something really nice about doing it in acrylic. So for those people that don't have the ability to cut acrylic, I want to do a kit. So I thought 4 would be a good idea, because it could be used as a counter. It could also be used as a clock. I'm not sure if you've all seen the demo I did where I've got the minutes and the hours in 2 different colors, and I flash. Hi Dad, love my kids are online. Hi Flynn, hi Ollie. Thanks Yaz. My kids are about to go to school, so that's exciting for them and peaceful for me. I wish my family would watch my streams, even my videos. Yeah, my kids used to watch my videos for the first, I think, 2 weeks when I started the channel, and they're not so excited about it anymore. So my view count went down a lot. That's okay. So that's all the pieces on. They screw on nicely. I'm using black nylon M.2, M2.5 thread screws for those, so you can hardly see them when the boards are on, which is nice. What am I missing? Am I missing anything? No. Yes, I built that clock, and it's got the hours in one color and the minutes in the other color, but the minutes flash up and down to show seconds ticking away, so it doesn't look like a static clock. So that's why I thought a 4-digit display, but I could also see a 5 useful, and I've already designed the layout for a 5. Okay, so that's there. What I need to do now is solder these together and solder wires out the side. There's no point putting the rest of it together until I've done that. So I'm just going to stick some blue tack at the back. I need to pre-cut a whole bunch of wire. I'm about to go to bed. Okay. Does that mean you're going to stop watching, or you're just going to watch in bed? I don't know. That's a very smart looking display. Thanks, Peter. Hey, Peter. Thank you. It's yes, it's come along really nicely. I'm quite happy with it. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to connect wires between them all, and I'm going to use black because I want them to not be seen. And I should have pre-cut a whole bunch of these to start with, and I didn't, and I feel really bad. I'm gonna have to do them now. So my plan is to cut wires like that. I'm sorry I'm so zoomed out, but I need to, yeah, I need you to be able to see everything I'm doing. Not sure my wife ever watched. It's my man. It's like a big YouTube family. Yes, it is. Yes, I cut this with the K40. Damn German autocorrect. Yeah, I cut all these pieces with my K40. I finally got the everything working really nicely, where I can cut reliably, and it's nice, and I can do it all in one pass, which is quite exciting. So I'm gonna, yeah, I need to cut a whole bunch of wire. Sorry, folks. I meant to do this before the stream started, but I just didn't get around to it. So I'm gonna just do it in front of you all, and we can chat. How's everyone's day going? I want to try to keep these as even as possible. I need quite a few of them. I need 3 per board, or joining each board. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 of them. This is the most exciting thing you could ever watch on YouTube. So 5 boards, that's 4 sets of joiners. That's another 3. I was also thinking that in the display kit, I might also pre-cut all this wire and supply it with wire as well. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? I think that's all of them. Plus I need ones going outside. I'll worry about the ones going outside in a minute, because I don't know how long they're going to be yet. I'll have to measure it all, put it all together. Spell autocorrect wrong. It's bold move. Yeah, laser cutter is really cool. I wanted one for a really long time, and it wasn't a huge lot of money to start with, but I spent a lot of money upgrading it. So, you know, to make it reliable and be able to use it on the Mac, and you know, I had to put air assist in and some water cooling in there, and better exhaust and all sorts of stuff. Don't bother with what? Sort of wire, probably would just use pre-stripped wire. Yeah, okay. Don't bother supplying it. Oh, look at that. I didn't get it didn't get it short enough. That's going to be annoying. Okay, let's get this shorter. Yeah, well, I thought it might be nice if I supplied the wire. Wow, this has to be super short. Let them cut their own wire. I don't know. I can let them cut their own wire. Not everyone's going to want to cut their own wire. And I know that. I have no idea how I'm going to be able to even solder this on, by the way. I might need to get myself some more blue tack. I have to be careful not to touch the Neo7 segments. Touch the Neo pixels while I'm doing it. Okay, I'm going to need some blue tack. This is going to go down very badly, folks. I'm just warning you now. I have a feeling I'm going to make an absolute mess of this. And you get to see it live. That wire strippers look good. Yeah, They're good. They're good. Sometimes this, the bit that pulls, just there. Hang on, let me see if I can get that in camera really well. That bit there that pulls, sometimes it doesn't come back. So like I'll cut it and I'll go to put my next bit of wire in and they're stuck halfway back here and I have to kind of wiggle it, which is annoying. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, too much blue tack. So why are yours so awful? I don't understand. How could they go wrong with wire cutters like that? Wire strippers. Don't know if that's gonna work. Okay, I need to pre-cut 3 of these. Just if this is going to take too long, and it looks like it is going to take too long, the pressure of live streams, then I might just put the thing together and show you all how it looks and worry about assembling all this later. Because, yeah, this whole doing wire stripping live on video is the least interesting thing I could possibly do. I don't know how I'm going to get the blue tack out afterwards. How am I going to get the blue tack out? Anyone got any suggestions? Might have to do one side first. Oh, okay, I'll do one side first. And then I'll pull the blue tack out and then do the other side. At least I'm getting a feel for how long the wire needs to be now, I think. I hope. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna do one side. Maybe the wire's fault and not the strippers. Maybe it's the user's fault and not the strippers or the wires. Watching someone else mess up is a change from doing it myself and doing okay. Australian blue tack looks a lot darker than Irish. What? We get different colours. I've got a packet of blue tack here. Where is it? Rainbow blue tack. So yeah, this is like a light blue, I think. I don't know. Apparently it's for kids. It's okay for kids. So it's perfect for me. Because I'm just a big kid. Okay, my iron's gone to sleep. That's not good. Let's wake it up. Wakey, wakey. Okay. Just warming up again. So I'm going to do one side and then pull the blue tack out and then do the other side. This is going to sound stupid, but roll blue tack over it instead of under it. What? Ouch. I was trying to fast forward by hitting L. Fast forwarding my videos. Dave, you're making me feel bad. The pressure. Okay, I've got to be super careful not to melt this. I wonder if I can get closer. I'm going to put my iron down for a second, see if I can get the camera a bit closer while I'm doing this. I don't have a super fancy rig like Brian does, where he can just pull it around. It's not that much closer, but maybe is that okay? Hope that's a bit better. Oh, I need it. What do you need? Blue tack over it. Ouch. What do you need? Okay, I don't know. So here we go. I might actually just angle this a bit differently so you can, my hands aren't in the way so you can see it. And so I don't have to touch the iron. Just tinning. Sorry, folks. Oh, what a smell. Love it. Okay, here we go. I hope I can... Okay, sorry, I need to get comfortable. So I can't read the chat for a second, guys. Sorry. It's kind of working. Gotta get a lot of heat onto the pad. Come on. one doesn't look so good. Just need to see if I can move it over. Now it's sticking out. Sorry, folks. If only Dave Watts was here, you could see me do a botch job. Don't like how that solder's sticking so far out the other side. Won't be a second. Not even touching. No, that is not a great soldering job. I'm getting glue tape all over it. The glue tape will stick. I've lost track of the conversation just for the moment. I need to be careful. I need to get this on without touching the pixels. That does not look like a good solder joint at all. I don't even know if that's, let me see if I can get some more on there. Just doesn't look like a good joint. A good joint. Okay, let's go back. Camera focus looks like, do you not see the focus? Is it not focused? What was that yellow border thing? Afterwards, the blue tape will stick to rainbow blue tape. What I need. We just see it in the camera there. I'm a bit tired. Sorry. GoPro. So how do I get the blue tape? I'm going to pull it out from one side now. Probably won't. Haha. Getting blue tape out while watching. We've got 22 people watching. That's awesome. Had the same IKEA lamp, Brian. Okay, cool. So my plan is to now pull the blue tack out somehow, like this. You know, the blue tack attracts blue tack. Okay, maybe not so good. Maybe tweezers. Close. Now, if only I could get black blue tack. There's a little bit in there still. Come on. I don't want that little bit of blue in there. Okay, that's going to annoy me if that stays in there. Oh, come on. Yeah, I need a better solution. Anyway, I'll leave that in there for now. I'll pick it out later when I'm not on stream. Peter, what did Peter say? Try getting a short chisel tip as you can, and your soldering will become much easier. I do have a short chisel tip. I just didn't change it out, and my iron's a bit too hot to change it out right now. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't mind doing a point tip, but yeah, depends what I'm working on. Okay, let's get this side's done. So what I do is just make sure these are sitting as low as possible. Okay, it's better. Here we go. Be really careful that I don't touch the resistor that's sitting here. Come on, get on the pad. Okay. So I think that is average. Does not look like this first one is got a good enough connection. Now obviously once I power this up I'll be able to see whether they're working or not, and I can go and fix any of them that I need to. So that's not too bad. That's how it looks. The idea is to have them be quite as obscure as possible. Use the tweezers to hold them down. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I need to do my next lot. You guys happy for me to keep doing this? Pre-tin the solder pads. Oh, that's a clever idea. See, that's why I do this on a stream, so the smarter people than me can give me guidance. I mean, it's not like I build these all day, right? You know, I've got a lot of experience building these. Still a bit long? Still a bit long. I will pre-tin them. Thank you very much, Leonard. I always feel weird pronouncing your name. I apologize if I get it wrong. I mean, I can't talk. My name's Sion. What a stupid name. What were my parents thinking? I tell people when they ask me where my name came from and stuff that firstly, my name was rolled. They were playing Boggle. I don't know if you guys know Boggle. It's a dice game where there's letters on each side of the dice and you roll it. You have to make words from it. Well, yeah. I tell people that they're playing Boggle and they rolled my name. And they also tell people that if I could have slapped my parents when I was born, I would have, because it's just a shocking name. People tell me, oh, you should like your name because it's so different. It's alternative. Yeah, no. I would have preferred just to have a normal name, you know, something that people didn't have to ask me how to spell it and ask me, is it a boy's or a girl's name? Is Sion a common name? No, Sion is definitely not a common name. It's an absolutely stupid made-up name. Just call me Leo. Oh, okay, Leo. Much easier, thanks. Where's Making Lab? I don't know. Maybe he's playing with it. Oi! Hi, David. Good evening. Now you get to see me bodge my soldering. Oh, that's it. My day is made. David Watts is here to watch me do a worse job soldering than he does. Yes. Okay, I am trying to pre-tin these pads. They're a bit quite big. Come on, who's going to tell me to put flux on them next? Flux, anyone? I have stacks of flux. Come on. Now I'm probably putting too much. Right. Sean's very popular. Sion, yeah, it's a made up name. It's a made up name, and it's my parents thought they were being so clever. So you reckon I should just, now that they're tinned, I should just get some, I don't know how I'm gonna, okay, I'll try it. Okay, let me just put my glue tack back down then, because I'll do this one first. Yeah, I don't think I got enough solder on that one. Still not sure if this is the way to go. David would use flux. Yes, he would. David would drown in flux. Yeah, that's not staying. I don't know how I'm gonna so I need to do it on an angle maybe. Always flux for the win. What? I would like you to pronounce Sedba? Sedba? What's Sedba? Or something. What is it? Okay, so now I can't even hit that back up again. Oh, might have got it. It's one. I'll touch it up afterwards. Oh, so close. Problem is the paste is the solder's actually going through to the bottom, through the hole. If these pads didn't have holes in them, it might be better. I'll give you an Irish name to pronounce. Yeah, let's not even start with Gaelic. I'm really struggling with this, folks. I'm sorry. This is going to be the most. I was going to say it's going to be the most uninteresting thing to watch on a stream, but I thoroughly enjoy watching David solder. Not that I enjoy watching him solder. It's I enjoy the banter, when the stuff he's talking about when he's soldering. I'm gonna have to lift my iron temperature, I think, because this is just getting ridiculous. Just can't seem to transfer enough heat onto the pads. Come on. I really don't want to turn my iron off and change tips. I really don't. I really don't. Wow. That is not good at all. Okay. He likes watching me fail. I don't like watching you fail. I like watching you succeed. I just like watching you. No, I don't like watching you struggle, actually. I just think that sometimes you pick some crazy things to do, like soldering soldering NeoPixels with a soldering iron. I find that, I don't know, a bit hard to understand. That's all. Oops. Don't you dare go over to the dark side. Oh, it came off. Okay. I think I did a better job with the blue tack, folks. Okay, I think my iron, I think there's something wrong with my iron. I can't even heat up these pads. I'm not sure what's going on. Might have to lift my temperature higher. Barn. Try to tin the cables too. Yeah, they're really small and hard to work with. Okay, I'm just getting no luck with my iron. So yeah, I just can't seem to get enough heat onto these pads. I'm not getting enough heat distribution, as Davy Jones would say. Use the toaster oven and see what happens. Throw in the toast. Yeah. Okay, all I'm doing is burning these wires at the moment. It's okay, I've only got 6 more to go. I have to turn my iron off and change the tip. Oh, this is going to be frustrating. It's going to take a while to cool down. But I'm going to do it, guys, because, yeah, I don't know what else to do. I'm just having a really bad go at this. It's not doing well at all. So in the meantime, put a bit of fresh solder on the iron. Yeah, I did. I've been re-tinning it a few times, David, but I'm having a lot of trouble with the tip. It's quite an old tip. I think I need to just replace it with a new one. Let's see if I can find a tip. It's going to take a while for the iron to cool down though, I think. A little chisel tip, you reckon? What do you think about this one, folks? It's not in focus. That's a little chisel tip. Yeah, I'm using lead-free. I don't have any leaded solder. Oh, I might have some old leaded solder, actually. Another victory for the mob rule. What? What, the chisel tip? I don't even know if that's the right size. Okay, I'll try that one. I'll try that one when it cools down. I might also get myself some, some... Back in a second, I'm going to grab some old leaded solder so I can kill myself. I'm back. I have a, this is about, honestly, 15 years old. I was actually using this outside on my laser to solder some stuff together. This is leaded, so I'll give that a shot as well. Wonder what it would be like to mix them. Yeah, that's still a bit warm. I'll see if I can get it off with some pliers. I'll do this live. You ready? Watch me burn myself. Let's see how heat resistant these mats really are, shall we? Actually, don't even know if this new, I don't think that's the right. Wow, that'll be interesting. Oh, 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 that's hot and running away. Stay there. I don't think this is the right size. Oh, maybe it is. Okay. Come on, get out. For this, doing this surgery live. You all see? Ow. Ow. Did I put that the wrong way? Oh, I put that the wrong way. Okay. This iron is hot. They aren't. What's it? Okay. Away from the plastic. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I should have moved all this acrylic out of the way, shouldn't I? I have a feeling I've just switched. Tip, put down, turn it back on. So if I'm going to go, I'm going to go lead free. I mean, not lead free, I'm going to go leaded. So I'm just going to drop my temperature down. What's a good temperature? 270? Can't remember. We'll go to 270. Let's see, no nub. No nub, no nubs. Lick the tip. Yeah, thanks. Do I have a short tip? No, I don't have a short tip. These are that's what it is. It's better to make a shorter one if you have it. Oh, I don't think I do. Maybe. Hang on. I don't know. I've actually got a really big assortment of, but I don't think I've got any with a small chisel. I guess it depends on how small you call small. I do have one, but they're one of the, okay. I got this one, but they're one of the cheap, shitty Chinese knockoff ones. So that's the difference in length. So quite a lot smaller. Should I try that one? 300 minimum for leaded? Really? So many opportunities. I normally go 340 for leaded. No, 340 is for lead free. Okay, do you want to go to the, I can go to the shorter tip. The difference is this is a, oh wow, mine's being pulled apart. The difference is this one I've got here is actually a proper Hacko tip. 340 sounds good. 330, 340. Oh, get away. I don't understand what you guys are talking about. We're talking about leaded. 340 is for unleaded. 340, 350 is for unleaded, guys. Who is doing leaded at 340? Those are my go-to tips. Wow, so you use 350. Peter, are you using 350 on leaded and just working quickly, are you? Okay, I'll give it a shot. Okay, let's go up 3. I'll go 340. Ah, oh, okay, we're back. We're coming back. Well, I use 370. 370 degrees. Wow. So maybe that's why I'm having so much problems, because I'm trying to do everything at 340 or 350. The problem is this has got lead free on here now, so I might have to lift the temp. 350. Oh, that smells. It's got that new tip smell, that cheap Chinese smell. Okay, that worked straight up. Okay. So is it just the surface area thing, is it? God, if my soldering improves now, I'll be thankful and embarrassed. Okay, wow. Holy moly. I just think my tip was bad. A shorter tip, hotter temperatures, and quick time are the key. Get in quick. Get out. I use 370 in production. Jeez. Okay. Been doing this all wrong my whole life. Not my whole life, you know what I mean. So I should probably just go back and fix some of these while I'm at it. I should only go back and fix these if I need to. Definitely need to fix that side. Okay, this is much faster now. Now some flux. Add flux. I'll add flux in a second. Add flux to what? To the existing pads? Because this is going really well now. I love learning new stuff. I have to say. Yeah, I need to put some extra solder on those. Okay. We're making progress, folks. Let's get the rest of these finished. Get them out of the way. Mine has an analog dial. Mine has a, show you my iron. Oh, if I can. Oh, there it is. It's got a hot air. We work on one side as well. Okay. That's kind of weird. As a result of a number of experiments. I like to blitz soldering. See, it got stuck? And it got, yeah, that's really annoying. And it gets stuck. But I'm pretty happy with these cutters. They do a pretty reasonable job. Use 666. That's, yeah. I get it's Fahrenheit, but that's no. 666. Gonna freak some people out. Come on. Almost there. I really want to put, guys, I have no idea if this will even go together properly. I have not assembled this. I have no idea if it's going to work. And I've also, this should be kind of cool, kind of fun. Okay, I'm just going to, where's my flux pen? Good old, no clean flux pen. Shake, shake, shake. Yes, flux. Gotta be careful, I don't want to damage the acrylic with it though. I don't know if it will or if it won't. Tin. I have done some work on, oh, I see that. Okay, that came off, that's fine. I've done some work on my library to support the decimal point, but I haven't tested it. And I've also on that microcontroller. So I've loaded a build, my demo code on the microcontroller, but I have not tried it because I don't have anything to try it with. So until this is assembled, I've got to cut the ends. Until this is assembled, I don't know if any of this is going to work. I don't know if the kit is going to fit. I don't know if the D1 Mini is actually going to fit inside the housing. I'm ignoring the chat, by the way, just because I really can't concentrate. Oh, come on. Blue tack. Sorry, it's bouncing around. So yeah, I'm desperate to see if this is even going to work, and I can't even finish my library until this is together, because these are the only Neo7 segments I've got assembled that have got the decimal point on them. So without them, I can't even finish stuff off. Game dev essentially steal my time and money. Game devs, what? What's the talk about game devs? I'm a game dev. Well, right now I'm a soldering hack. What? Game devs essentially steal your time and money? As in because you're playing games? What games are you playing, David? Just move that out of the way. It's a bit close. To check continuity on these afterwards. Almost done. Okay, flux. Much faster now. We're moving. Moving. Days and days of time. Steam. Lets me know. Okay, yeah, getting on the pad's much better now. I might have to go back to doing leaded. It's so much easier to work. Didn't cut them again. Oh boy, we're getting close. So I've settled on some pricing for the Neo7Segment displays. I'm not overly happy with the pricing. I'm very torn because I'm a strong believer in you charge for what you think something is worth more so than charging for how much money you want to make, if that makes sense. Like the price of a product has to fit the market, because if it doesn't, you're just not going to sell any. So I'm kind of torn, but I currently have chosen $9.90 US for a kit of a digit and $15.90 for an assembled board. Oh, didn't work. That's where I'm sitting at the moment. For those of you that are still there and listening. But I feel like $15.90 is too much for the board. But honestly, I can't really do them any cheaper if I'm going to assemble them. I mean, that's slave labor costs as it is. But I'm not really doing it as a money-making project. But they still take a lot of time. Look how smooth this is going now. Wow, it's like I know what I'm doing. Hey, Chris. Sean, give us the ability to tip on top of the base price. Yeah, I can't. Hi, Sean. How's GDC? Yeah, it's on Tinder. You can't do that. It doesn't work that way. They don't have the facilities to do things like tipping or whatever. So I'm kind of stuck to whatever functionality they give me. Okay, so they really don't look great, but we need to check some continuity between them. I'm just going to do that now. I should be able to get grounded VCC the whole way through. Will I assemble them on stream? No, I won't. Mount your friends. Wow, that sounds like an interesting game. Game mode, continuity. I'll do this here so you can see. Maybe, can you see? Wow, I'm running out of room. Might have to bring that up a bit. Okay, that's not great. Now I'm on an angle. Okay. Now he's talking to you, Sean White, now that you mentioned tipping him. No, not because of tipping. Can everyone hear that? No, I'm talking to Sean because I love Sean. Yay. Okay. VCC, continuity. Let's try ground. Oh, ground and data won't give us continuity because that'll only work when they're powered. So you can't check ground. But VCC and ground are working, which means we might be good. Which is taking up too much of my time. So, assuming this is the actual real Sean White, the not the snowboarder Sean White, by the way, but my friend Sean White, he works at Unity, guys. You know the Unity game engine. Sean works there, so you can complain to him about games taking all your money. Wish you were here though. Yeah, I don't know. You don't wish I was there. Great keynote yesterday, by the way. Well, not great as in there was a few hitches, but great as in some exciting stuff coming for Unity. Okay, now I should kind of explain how this is going to work. So, take the blue tack off. So the wires here wrap around inside the hole there. And then at the back, if I get this the right way, that sits like this. There's actually two of them. I'll put them on top of each other for you. Okay, that sits there. The wires come through the hole and down here, and little Mr. D1 Mini sits in there. Can everyone see that? So USB plugs in the side. It's held in place with the acrylic, and the wires come down here. And I'm hoping there's enough room to get the wires around and through. The board can kind of go either way, but it was really designed for the metal to sit, for the plate here to sit at the back. So I don't know if the wires are going to be able to squeeze through there. I needed to get to ground, 5 volts and D4, and I have a feeling that I haven't left enough room for the wiring. So I actually need quite a bit of wire. So let's just do that. Let's cut that, get those ones on, because that's the next step. It's the last step. I'm going to flux and tin these last pads. Sean, I'm still waiting for you to open a development office in Melbourne. Might join you guys if you ever did. Hint, hint. Can't be Sydney though, sorry. I'm just measuring wire length, folks. I'm just going to, I'm hoping this will be enough here to go in there, wrap around, come down and get to the D. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think that'll be fine. If you just search Unity Office, you'll see page with more. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a really spread out company, which is great. Except they dislike Australia. Just, you know, there are, yeah. You could sell a bunch of these as finished YouTube, Twitter, Instagram subscription counters and do it for a price worth your while. It's 6 or 7 digit model. Well, I can't cut. I'm not sure if you were here before when I mentioned Peter, but I can't really cut any longer. I might be able to get 6 digits on my laser cutter, but that's it. I don't even think I will. I think I'm at my maximum length for what I can cut. So I definitely won't be able to do 6 digit or 7 digit ones unless I bought a new laser cutter. And I'd love to buy a laser cutter that does bigger. Like, don't get me wrong, but we're suddenly jumping up to, you know, for something that's decent that I could use properly, you know, 15, 20 grand. It's a bit too expensive for a project like this. What is the current draw with the LEDs active? Worst case, a lot. So each one of these NeoPixels can draw up to 60 milliamps. That's if every color is on at full brightness. So these are just the RGB, they're not RGBW. With RGBW ones, you can effectively do white just with the W. And so you only get to, you're only using 20 milliamps for the white, where in this case, if I want to do a pure white, I need to turn all 3 LEDs on, the red, green, and the blue. Sorry, yeah. So I'm gonna, might put these through first. Thinking I should put them through first. It's going to be hard to bend around afterwards, I think. I don't want to rip them off. So yeah, so a lot of power. So my my library, it doesn't right now, but my plan with the library is to limit the, well, right now my demo project just limits it to 30 brightness, 30% brightness, which is, you know, considerably less power draw than at full brightness. So I'm just going to try to get this in and just concentrate for a second. But I'm thinking in my library I might actually clamp it, I might limit it and not let people do anything crazy with it. But I don't know, I feel like that's kind of hamstringing. I mean, if you need more power, if you want more brightness, you can always just go into the library and modify it. But I feel like I have a bit of a responsibility to not have people, you know, draw 10 amps and destroy themselves. You could always scroll the number for more digits. That allows you to set a current limit. Yeah, I like that about the fast LED library, but yeah, I built everything around the NeoPixel library. Doesn't mean you can't swap it out, fast LED, if you wanted to. That's come a little bit close to the resistor. Let me get a bit more onto these. Oh, of course that happens. Of course that happens. Okay, I'm gonna channel would want 5 at a minimum. Yeah, I kind of feel like if you've got a channel and you want a sub counter, you're kind of already making one, or there's lots of tutorials out there to make one, or you could just go and buy a whole bunch of digits yourself and then build your own display. I think, yeah, I'm gonna give this acrylic a bit of a clean. I hope these are still gonna work. Anyway, but they're in. I should just, yeah, I need to measure this. I don't know how this is gonna work. Okay, it's time to start putting stuff together. Counting hex. Hey, Rob. Okay, we're going to put this together now because, well, I don't know how long the wires need to be, and you guys have been patient long enough, and I'm busting to see whether this actually works. So, this is the way it goes together. Got a frame that goes around here. Oops, wrong way around. Frame that goes around here, and as you can see, there's a gap on the side here for the wires. And I'm using I cut a piece of the clear perspex, the frosted perspex. I'm not sure I'm a fan of it. I think I might want to put the black on in front instead, but for now, this is good for testing. So now we've got 20mm screws that go in here. No, never late. Thank you for joining, Rob. I'm sorry I haven't been focusing on the chat, guys. I hope you've all been having fun chatting amongst yourselves. Okay, just flip it over. You can see a nice reflection on my phone. Okay, now, ideally I would have loved to have made complete panels for the back, but it would have been a lot of additional acrylic and would have really upped the price. So what I'm doing instead is I've got these pieces here. So 2 of them on this side. And then these go on this side. get the wires in first. Probably would have helped if I used wires that are a bit more flexible for this bit. Oh, how am I going to work? I should have done 3 different colors. I don't know which one's going to be which. That is stupid. Looks quite transparent. Yeah, the frosted is a bit less frosted than I was hoping it was going to be. Okay, I'm going to have to be careful with these when I wire them up, because I should have used 3 different colors so I know which one was which. A few more. Okay, anyway, so that's just like that. And then this panel here, so those wires will be folded down, sits at the back. But I can't put that one on yet. I need to work out what I'm doing here. So I'm going to have to solder these one at a time. So I know that's the top is ground. I know that. The middle one is data and the bottom one is VCC. And so you can see here, maybe I've got 5 volt, I've got ground, and I've got D4. So that's where I'm taking them to. So lengthwise, yeah, I've got plenty of length here. I don't want to give myself too much. So I'm going to do VCC first. That's clever, David. I could mark them, I could. But I'm going to do them one at a time and actually put them straight in. I think. It's going to be the easiest way to do it. Because I know which one's which, just from the order. That's a little long. Okay. Not sure how I'm going to hold this together. I don't have any helping hands to do this. I wonder if I can just let it hang. How's that? You reckon I can solder it? That is terrible. Just have to bend it over. Just going to move this out of the way. Oh, I'm going to lose all my screws. Okay. This is how not to do things, folks. Don't assume, but some electrical heat shrink bands make great markers too, yeah. I should have done all that. Okay. This one is ground. I should have cut them all the right length to start with. That was silly. That'll do. I thought to myself before, gee, this isn't going to take me long to do on stream, and then I can, you know, what am I going to do for the rest of my time? Well, guess what? It's taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to. So we're almost there. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing on camera. Sorry, folks. Oh, that's really throwing the smoke out. Okay, and this is data. This is D4. Real-time smoke is fun to see. Yeah, except when it's going in your own eyes. And it's, oh, that's not D4, that's D3. Okay, come on, blue tack, stick. Last one, last one. Oh, I think I pushed the cable through. Hang on. Okay, hope they're strong enough. Okay. I think we are good. Let's see if I can carefully. See the white that's left? I'm not sure if you can see it. Anyway, so let's see if we can carefully rotate this. I hope I give myself enough room. As I said, I should have used more flexible wire, I think, because I'm going to have a problem getting this to lie flat without kind of breaking the joints, I think. Kind of in. The problem is this acrylic has to sit on top, and I think this is where we're going to have a problem. Oh, you're going back to GDC. Bye, Sean. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Have fun the rest of GDC. Being a booth babe now. You doing booth babe? Bye. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, I have a problem here. I can't get this. I'm not sure if you can see. See the gap? It's because of the wires. So I need to see if I can get these a bit flatter. Could use a smaller gauge wire, would have maybe helped, or if I had a bit more room on them. Just need them to not, I should have made them all slightly different length, I think. So I could have had them not sit on top of each other. Okay, I'm really careful pushing them down. I don't want to. What I'm going to do, I'm going to assemble it and just be very careful how far I squeeze it. Almost done, everyone. Thank you for sticking by through this. It's a great privilege to have you all watching me do this. Okay, almost there. So you can see why I'd want to possibly provide all the wires in the kit, because, you know, using the wrong wire could be a problem, or getting the wrong lengths. I feel like I should probably do the right thing. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see there's a bit of a bow on the back here right now because of the wires pushing this up. I haven't made this bolt here too tight. I don't want to, just in case. But yeah, there's definitely a little bit of a bow. I can definitely solve that though. That there though is the finished assembled kit. It sits like that. It's got some good weight to it. Do it on an angle so you can see. It's got some really good weight to it. It's fairly steady. It's got a completely concealed WeMos D1 Mini in there. I'm gonna go to feed some dogs. Bye, Brian. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, as always. Should we plug this in and see what it does? I think we should plug it in and see what it does. I don't know what it's going to look like on camera, because this is not diffusing as much as I thought it might. Okay. Plug USB. So this should actually power up and do something, and if it doesn't, well, then we're screwed. I think it's time to troubleshoot. Whoa. Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5! Can you all see that? Hang on, let me get some paper. Look at that! Look at that! Yay! For those of you that left just before this, lol, 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 lol. Ah! Yeah, pass-through's fine. 67890. Wow. It's working, guys. Look at that. Okay, except the camera's going a bit nuts. Okay, the clock's not working. Okay, I'll have to fix the clock. But there you go. So yeah, the who was it? Just said 60 degrees. Leo. Yeah, my original design had the bolts sticking out further at the back, and they were a bit higher, and so it would actually sit like this on an angle. But I had to get the case much higher this way vertically to do that, and yeah, I'm trying to keep the cost down as much as possible. So to do that, I would have had to use 2 more sheets of acrylic, which is an extra $6 onto the cost, and also an extra 20 minutes of cutting. So I just didn't want to do that. I didn't want to add costs. I'm trying to reduce costs with this. I cannot believe it worked. That means my library works. So obviously I've got nothing on this that does a decimal point yet. But yeah, I'm excited that it works. This Knight Rider going across 5 digits. Wow. I'm super impressed with my code and with this. I mean, this actually looks really great. That's okay. It's come up much better than I thought. I like how concealed the D1 is. It's held tightly in place. It's got a nice construction. I think it would look great if I had the black acrylic at the front, the transparent black. And I'll cut myself a piece of that today, and I might do a follow-up video with that on there, so you can see what it looks like. Because right now you can see the boards quite clearly. I was hoping the frosted would be at least 200% more frosted than what it is. So yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment. Still looks pretty cool. I mean, on camera you can't really see the LEDs quite clearly, but you know, I'm looking at it right now and it's quite readable. But you don't, like you still see all the LEDs through the front. Could 3D print 2 foots? 2 foots. Yes, 2 foots. I could, okay, so because of the gap here, I could definitely 3D print some feet that it can sit in. That's a really clever idea. I could also actually cut them out of acrylic. Let me just show you these. Well, I keep kicking my lights. So these are feet that have been cut for a, it's a, what's it called? One of those mirrors, the infinity mirrors for something I got from Core Electronics. So I could actually cut, so that they're actually clear, but they've still got the paper on them. So I wonder if that'll actually even fit. Almost. So I can cut something like this. Okay, they don't quite fit. But yeah, I could cut some feet like this that it sits on, give it a bit of an angle. I reckon this is something you could jump on the show and tell with soon. Yeah, I did an early version of this, my other one, my 4-digit one, when I only had 50 subscribers. I went on show and tell on Adafruit, and they got me to the 100 subscriber mark, which is really cool. They felt bad for me. That's actually, I don't know what angle that's on, but you can see that there. But yeah, I might do a follow-up now that it's kind of coming close to a finished thing. A bit of wool would frost that front up. Yeah, I might get some frosting spray. I can try that, but I think it's going to look better with the black, personally. Let me just get a piece of the black to show you what it is. So this is the black. It's transparent, but it's quite dull. Actually, let me just see if I can do this. There you go. Look at that. I mean, it's got the frosted as well. But as you can see, that looks amazing. Yeah, I'm going to go print myself a new one of these. This one won't fit. This is a bit short. You can see on the end here. I had to increase the length a bit. As I said, I've had to go through a few different revisions. Sorry about the reflection of the light. But yeah, the black looks really sexy. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go back and do this on show and tell again, just to show them where it's up to. It's great. But I think I might wait till it's available in the Tindy store so I can plug the Tindy store. Wow, I'm really happy with this. This has come out really well. Looks excellent. Excellent? Okay, thank you. Thanks, Peter. Okay, wow, that is such a relief. Such a relief that it works. So what that means is now I can actually finish this off. I can, I'm just going to leave this here for you guys to see. I can finish the library off now that I've got digits on there, that I've got the decimal point. Love the idea of doing the feet though. Thank you, whoever that was. I can't remember who suggested the feet. I'm definitely going to do, I'll probably do acrylic feet, not 3D. And I won't make them quite this long. But I'm definitely encouraged now to put these together as a kit, because I think they look pretty great. And maybe what I can do with the kit is offer the choice of doing black like this, or even doing a solid white like I've got on my other display. I don't know, I think I may need to purchase. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, the black is awesome, isn't it? Yeah. The downside is the black is actually really expensive acrylic. It's twice the price of the other acrylic. So, like, I'm just... I've costed up a 4-digit board with acrylic and everything else, as I said, where the digits come assembled, but all the rest of it comes in kit form, where all the paper is still on the acrylic, so you have to rip all the paper off and put it together. And it's not cheap. Like, for me, I feel like it's not cheap. I mean, there's definitely stuff on the Tindy store that's much more expensive. But I don't know, I'm really struggling with the whole idea of, so let's get my iron off. I'm struggling with the whole idea of how much this stuff's costing, because it's hard for me to see the value in it compared to for other people. Call them foots. Yeah, I have to call them foots. I can't hope to make something as well finished as that. Have you costed up the 5-digit version? No, okay, so the 4-digit version, I was going to, without a Wemos D1 Mini, but I was thinking now that maybe I should ship it with a mini. Okay, let me jump back. A 4-digit version is going to be $80 US. I can guess 60 or 70. Yeah, no, it's going to be 80 US. That's if I assemble the boards, assemble the 4 digits. And I think that's the key. I don't think selling a kit where all the parts come SMD is a wise choice. I don't think anyone's going to buy it. So the 5-digit one would technically be an extra $15 to $18. So it'll take it over $100, or take it to $100 or $98 US. And then of course it's going to increase the shipping costs because it's too big to send, and shipping is going to go from, yeah, I don't know what the shipping is going to be. So I feel like it's too much to ask people to spend, but I don't have to pre-make them. Like I can make these to order. You know, I can cut all the acrylic within an hour, and I can assemble the boards as I need to. So it's not like I have to suddenly, you know, make 20 of them and then have no one buy them. So that's the only saving grace. So I was thinking of putting a 4-digit one on for about $80, and if people, you know, want a 5-digit one, I could probably do that for about $100. But I can't really do them any cheaper than that. I know someone who would think about soldering all those SMD LEDs. You're not going to be able to solder them, David. I'll give you a whole kit for free, everything. I'll ship it to you, but you're not going to solder it because these LEDs, they're too close. You just can't get. You're not going to get an iron in there. You're going to completely melt the plastic trying to do it. It's not going to happen. Absolutely not going to happen. And the only way to make them hand solderable is to space the digits way further apart, and it's just going to make them not look great. It's going to be really fragmented characters. You're not going to be able to read them very clearly. Definitely not up close. So by the way, this is currently at, as I said, at 30% brightness. So it's quite bright at 30%. I love building kits. I would prefer if it not pre-soldered. I can definitely sell a kit. Like I'm quite happy to sell them a 4 or 5-digit display in total kit form, and I have no idea how much that'll be. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to work it all out, but I feel like that, you know, I'm going to sell maybe 1 or 2 of them. Remember, some folks could not make such a thing. I think many US YouTubers would be fine paying $150 for a 5-digit unit. Wow. Okay. Possibly. I'm really enjoying the whole designing and production of the like to try to make a real product out of it. Like, as I said, this took me a lot. This probably took me about, I don't know, a good 50 or 60 hours to design this whole construction. One of the big challenges was the construction here to hold the D1 Mini. That's the other thing. Should I ship a kit with a D1 Mini or not? D1 Minis are not expensive, right? I mean, I can pick them up for like $3 or $4 each. Probably even less if I buy enough of them. My idea of shipping it without a D1 Mini is that most people who are going to potentially want to put one of these together will have a microcontroller board that they want to plug it into potentially. So, you know, why would they want to pay for something that they've already got? But the flip side is I've got a construction that holds a D1 Mini really nicely, but I'm not going to build custom kits for all different types of microcontroller boards. So if you're not going to use a D1 Mini, for instance, and you want to use like a low-limb 32, or you want to use a native fruit Huzzah or something else like a feather, you're not going to be able to mount it nicely inside. You're going to have to just hang it off the back or duct tape it or do something. I'm not going to make custom kits for all the different types of microcontroller boards. So that's the advantage of me trying to ship it with a D1 Mini. But it's, yeah, I just don't know. Can you laser cut a template for solder paste spreading? Like a stencil? Yeah, you're not going to be able to do... I'm going to get... So, once again, so I've got 20 boards ready to go, as in 20 empty PCBs. And I was going to kind of see how things went on Tindy and order, probably put an order in for 100, but I'm going to put an order in for 100 anyway, and I'm going to get a stencil with them. And that'll decrease my production time. But it also means I have to make a whole bunch at once, so I don't waste all the solder paste. So rather than being able to just make 1 or 2 boards at a time, I'm probably going to have to make 10 boards at a time. So, and if I'm going to go out and buy another 100 boards, I'm going to have to go out and buy another few thousand LEDs and everything else, and it's going to be quite a big investment. But I'm prepared to do it because it's, you know, it's cool. Ask if they would want or would not need it. I think so. Complete means with the WeMOS. Dave Darko. Yeah. I get that most people won't need a microcontroller board, but then I can't. Yeah, I can't provide any casing that's going to fit something else. That's all. So if they don't want a D1 Mini, that's fine. They don't have to get it with a D1 Mini, but they're going to have to work out their own solution for how they're going to mount it. And my original boards didn't have this backplate. So my original kit didn't have this backplate. It just had the front here, and you could see the screws at the back. And then I just duct taped my D1 Mini to the back. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I've got, so the outside edge, the acrylic that sits in between the front and the back plate, looks really cool when you can see the light spill through. Let me just leave it here. So you can see the light spill through from the top and the sides. It looks great. A cheap stencil, so you could ship. You want me to? A cheap stencil. So yeah. So stencils just aren't cheap, so you can't laser cut a stencil. I've seen people try. I've seen people try to laser cut them out of like plastic. I probably could out of the plastic. I'm not sure it would last for 5 boards, but I could do that. It's just gonna, again, it's gonna add to the cost and time and everything else. Like I think I worked out that I'll be, earning about, if I sat solidly building boards for a bunch of hours, like it would work out that I might earn, $13 to $14 an hour putting these things together. Like it's really, yeah. Get it done, man. Get what done? Test script running as well. WeMOS should have something like a test script. Yeah, well, I'd ship the WeMOS with something already on it, like this, something that goes through all the different things, and so as soon as they plug it in and get it working, it will just work. Looks easy enough to hand solder. Yeah, I'm just reading back, guys. Sorry. How warm is the display? Not at all. Nothing. No temperature at the front, and if I hold it back, maybe an extra, like on the mini, I don't know, a couple of degrees. Like I can kind of maybe feel there's a temperature difference. Do you have a USB doctor? No, I don't. I do not have. I've actually got one ordered and it hasn't arrived yet. So I can't tell you what the power draw is right now, but it'd be tiny. So firstly, no LEDs going brighter than 30%, which means it's going to be, so if each one is 60 milliamps maximum at full brightness with all three LEDs, then at 30%, it's going to be 30% of that. So it's only going to be 20 milliamps. But as you can see, I mean, most of these things are only showing very few. Like even that there, a lot of the colors often are only showing maybe 60% of one color and 30% of another color, which means it's those percentages of the maximum milliamps. So I really don't think this is, well, this is running off 5 volts and whatever that comes out of the GPIO. So the GPIO is limited to, I don't know what these are on the D1 Mini, but it's running fine off the D1. So yeah, I could make it come with a actual subscriber counter built in, and I could make it that you connect to the D1 Mini through your phone or through the computer to put in your SSID and everything else and all your details and have it automatically run. But I can also just provide the sketch. Like I wouldn't have thought that anyone was going to get something like this and not want to have to code up. Did anyone see that? Skype message on my phone. And not want to be able to code it up themselves and do stuff. So yeah. Anyway, wow, we've been going for a while, an hour and a half. This is it. It works. It looks great. It's everything I hoped it would be. I'm super excited. I'm going to make some foots for it. And I'm going to cut a new one of these so I can use that at the front because I definitely think it looks much better. And then I just need to decide if I want to have the clear on the outside or if I want to have black. I like the clear at the back. It looks really cool. I'll probably keep the clear around the edge. Gotta fix the clock. The clock's designed for a 4-digit display, so that's not working. I need to fix that. But there we go. Would it be too small cross-section to handle it? Easy to out. I don't know what Kino is. I can look into it. But I'd have to laser cut it, which means I'd have to, whatever it is that I use would have to be, I'd have to be able to precision laser cut it. It'd have to be thin enough to be able to solder paste with, because it's got to be thin, but it needs to be thick enough and durable enough to go through enough digits. So if someone, like I don't want to make one per kit. That's just going to add, you know, it's going to add dollars to each kit, which is just a lot of money. So I don't know. Yeah. That's why I'm torn with the whole kits and like, and how many people are going to want to buy them, how many people are going to be able to actually make them. Like my worst fear is suddenly I get an order for 100 boards and I have to actually sit and make 100 boards. It's not really what I got into the makerspace for. I mean, that's a business, that's a hardware business, which, yeah. Now you finish, you have 26 watching. I've got 26 people watching. Wow. Hi to everyone that's watching. Thank you for stopping by. I don't know how much of you saw this. Sorry about the reflection of my camera in that, but can't do anything about that. Most people are consumers, not makers. That's right, most people are consumers, which means I'm going to end up having to make a bunch of these things. So like using my own stencil, like getting a proper steel stencil for my own production, that obviously makes a lot of sense. And I could probably knock out, with a stencil, I could probably knock out about probably 6 boards or 7 boards an hour. Not with my oven though. I'm going to have to get myself a proper reflow system. I can really only do 1, maybe 2 boards at a time in the oven. The problem is with the oven, the heat isn't even. So I can't just stick a whole bunch of boards on the tray because to reflow the center one, the side ones won't get enough heat. Kleiner equals Y wrap mod wire. Did I miss? Who? Hey, Electron Ash. Yeah, I've been going for an hour and a half already. In 3D printer stencil. No, you can't print them thin enough. I've seen people try. The key with the stencil is the amount of solder paste you stick on a pad has to be tiny. It has to be so thin. There's got to be like, you know, we're talking about a tenth of a millimeter. You can't do it with a 3D print. It's just, you're going to end up putting so much solder paste on there. It's just going to, no, it's going to flow into itself. You're going to wreck the board. Thank you. About the looks great, smiley face. So yeah, it's not really an option. I'd have to use some type of, you know, like a, it's not, it looks like kept on tape. It's not, it's like it's a plastic orangey type material. I've seen people do it. Just buy a bigger oven. Yeah, I'm just gonna, so I don't know if any of you saw Make Me Lab's video on his Neo7Segment reflow oven. I'm thinking of getting just one of those. You can get them that size, which I could probably do 3 or 4 boards at a time, or you can get them a bit wider. Jonathan Oxer on Superhouse TV bought one of the wider ones a couple of years ago. He did a video on them, and I should be able to maybe put 10 or so in that, but I think I don't need 10 at a time. I think being able to do 4 or 5 boards at a time will be enough. The simple temperature control works amazingly well. Yeah. If I'm going to get something, if I'm going to get a different reflow option other than my toaster, I'm going to get a proper reflow oven. Yeah. So I'm hoping, so I mentioned on my last video that the only thing I'm missing now on my unexpected mail number 6, the only thing I'm missing right now actually is the anti-static bags to ship these in. Otherwise, I've got everything. I've got enough parts to build 20 to 50 boards, maybe, or a few more. Well, except for I've only got 20 PCBs, but they're pretty quick to get. So I just need to do all my fancy photography of all the different bits for the tinny store, and then I can release them to the wild. I would love a pick and place. Again, Jonathan Oxer from Superhouse TV built his own pick and place. I would love a pick and place. It would be fantastic, but I'm just not gonna. I can't justify investing $10,000 or $15,000 in production machinery to build all this stuff for some displays that I might sell 20 or 30 of. Mylar, yeah, okay, that's what it's called. Yeah, Mylar, which is kind of like a thicker Kapton. So I can try buying some Mylar and seeing if I can laser cut it and maybe making some stencils. That's definitely an option. I'd have to work out how much it costs though. Got a slightly better than T962 oven, but it looks like the upgraded controllers slightly than mine. So which oven have you got? A reflow oven, if it's not the 962. I'd be very interested, Peter, to know what it is. I'm definitely going to get something. And new message from eBay. Okay. So that would be something about, hey, we've sent your package. It's going to take 5 weeks to get there. Please don't give us a 1-star review because it took so long. Yeah, Peter, let me know what oven you've got. I wouldn't mind finding out. But yeah, the latest 962 ovens with the, especially with the updated firmware and controllers, I think they're pretty good. The days of them being unreliable are pretty are long gone, I think. Good, I've done a few rambling tutorials. Okay, so I think we're done for this video. Unless anyone's got any other questions or anything else, I think we could call this success. Sorry about the start of the soldering, it was a bit frustrating, and thank you all for the awesome advice. The chisel tip, the high temperatures, going back to leaded solder, much easier to work, fluxing it all. I always forget to use my flux. Thanks all for watching. I really appreciate it. I don't know what the conversation is, but whatever. Thanks for stopping by. I'll keep you updated once I've built it with a new panel and fixed some of the things and got some feet together, I might just do a quick follow-up video. What's my next project? I have, I don't want to say, I've got a lot of projects in the middle right now. I've got a Hot Wheels thing that I've been building for my son, which I've been putting off. It's a race timer. I've got a, let me just quickly grab it if I can find it. I've got half a project done on using one of these. It's a 32 by 64 LED display from Adafruit. And I've got something like this. I started this, excuse me, before I started my YouTube channel. So I've got half of it still in breadboard form, and I've got half of it put together on a prototype board. So I can put a microcontroller on one side and plug the prototype board directly into the back of the display. And I've got a 3D printed back for it with my kickstand. And the whole idea is to build a device that sits in my kitchen for my kids and my wife and for myself, and that basically it's a day display. So in the morning it'll show what the weather is and anything from the calendar that's supposed to be happening today, and on bin day it'll show which bins need to go out, and if it's the cleaner day, the cleaner's coming and stuff like that. So yeah, I've been putting off this. It's actually it's designed to work with a photon, a particle photon, which I've got as well for it. Here's my little photon. So yeah, I need to finish that. The case has got a little hole in the side for a power. I mean, it's in pieces. So I want to finish this. So I need to get that done, and a lot of that's coding as well. I've got my next color sensor stuff. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff. I don't know. Another thing though, okay, in terms of projects and doing fancy stuff. So I've got a 11 by 11 matrix panel, LED matrix panel, which again has all been acrylic cut, and so I want to do that. And 11 by 11 because that's the most I can fit. So they're using LED strips, and I bought strips with 60 per meter. I meant to buy them with 72 per meter so I could get 16 by 16, but I got the wrong ones. Ready and waiting for new messages. Oh, did my stream finish? Is chat finished? Oh, maybe my chat broke. And I've also got a small 8x8 color display project coming up, which is very exciting. Anyway, I've got a lot of stuff coming up. I don't know why chat says when you're waiting for messages. It could be that my chat has broken, so I'm sorry if it has. Goodbye, everyone. You've been watching for far too long. Thank you all. I appreciate everyone that came past. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you find out when my next streams and videos are. Like if you want to when it goes live, or dislike if you didn't like watching me solder mess. Until next time, thanks very much. Appreciate you sticking by. Bye.